We're live. And Harmony, I have the most incredible breakthrough. The distinction
What?
between being stuck and being locked.
Oh, do tell.
We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it in
Yes.
this conversation. We have a huge announcement coming up. So stay to the end, everyone. Stay, stay, stay. We're going to talk about the distinction between being stuck and being locked because they're two different things.
Mm.
And you know what? Our soul excursions, oh, there go my stuff again. There goes my stuff again. I don't know, Harmony. Have you been noticing that?
Like when you make certain like finger movements, then things happen. I don't know what they are, but
Harmony, it's been happening to me on the Zooms, like on my training Zooms, on the Zooms with Money Magic, with the Mastermind. We'll get. I'm just going to warn you in advance that we're going to get some
fireworks.
fire. Oh yeah, we're going to
Yeah.
get balloons. We're going to get thumbs up. We're going to get all of that, and it just always at the perfect time.
Love it.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are live streaming to the Valerie Love YouTube channel at valerielovetv.com. So if you want to hop on YouTube, you know how I love the love tubers. Okay, they're already commenting. They already ready in the comments. We're going to talk about global travel. We're going to talk about your unlock. We have a huge announcement. You know, if you haven't traveled the world with us, oh baby, how you loving, how you loving, how you loving. It's about to be on and popping.
Yes.
It's about to be on and popping. So introduce yourself, Harmony, and tell us how many countries you have been to.
I am Harmony, also known as Tayabel, and I have been to 26 countries and counting. Last year alone, I did 11 countries. It's my dream to do 20 countries in 1 year. Last year I got halfway there, so that was really exciting for me. 11
Now,
countries in a year. I
let me
never
ask you
really.
let me ask you a question because this is so empower. This is so powerful. This is exactly what we're going to be talking about. Unlock versus stuck. Now, you used to work at a good government job, six figures, grade 10, step 8 or something like that, way up there, right? In the grades and steps of the US government. And you watched us travel around the world and then you travel all around. And then you said, forget about that. I'm going to go live my lovely life. So from there to here, could you tell the people what happened from there to here? Highly compensated, very
I'm
successful,
just gonna
beautiful home.
say, if you are in Reverend Valerie Love's community for any length of time and you work any type of corporate job, government job, you probably might as well just get your resignation letter together because that seems to be what happens with everybody in the community. When we talk about, I don't know what she's going to say about locked and stuck, but I'm not either anymore. And I probably was both back then. When I first met Rev, I would just be like this. I had my phone and I would be looking underneath my cubicle, watching her on YouTube, sneaking, living what everybody else thought was a fabulous life, working for the Department of Defense. I was honored at the White House for the work that I did. I did work for the Pentagon. I did a lot, and everybody was clapping, clapping, clapping like I had arrived, but it was not my life, and I knew that. Like I felt like a bird locked in a cage in the cubicle, watching them in Bali, Indonesia, watching them bounce around the globe, and I was making a lot of money, but I was broke, busted, and disgusted. And I didn't have the time because I did not own my own time. Somebody else owned my time. So I didn't have the time to go. I didn't have the money to go. It was just a really bad cycle. So the difference between now and then, yeah, I traveled before. I always was going somewhere, doing something, but not to the level of which I am now, not to the places that I am now. I could have never imagined going to Thailand, Italy, Paris, Greece, Costa Rica. Those are just some of the places I went to just last year, a lot of which with the community. So I never imagined my life looking like it does now. And all I can say is get unstuck, get unlocked, go live your life free.
I mean, just what you have done over the last few years is nothing short of spectacular. You were in a relationship that wasn't authentic to you. You were in a big, beautiful home. We came to your home many times. Big, beautiful, fabulous home that you bought. I think you bought it brand new, didn't you?
We built it, yeah. I built it from the ground up, and it was nice, it was nice. Had a 5 bedroom house, a BMW in the driveway, that good old government job, a husband, everything but the white picket fence, and the 2.5 kids. So that that was someone else's life. It wasn't my life.
I love that. And you know what I also love? Because I was a financial advisor with American Express for 7 years and I was in that corporate environment, it was in the finance world, which I still love. I still love all things, money and finance and investing. Those kinds of things really are intriguing to me, especially what people do with their money on an inner space and how much space money takes up in our inner world and how much we do to have greater money, greater wealth, and things like that, and Bitcoin and all the things. Y'all know I love all of that. Well, because I was in that corporate environment for so many years, and 20 years ago this year, I sold my financial planning practice 20 years ago this year. So this summer, so while we're in Bali, I'm going to be celebrating my 20-year anniversary of being free from corporate America.
I love that.
Okay?
Yes, I love that for you and for everybody else.
20 years of freedom from corporate America. Now, if you're in corporate America and you love it, stay. Beautiful. This is not a dig on corporate America. This is, what life do you desire to live, and are you creating it, and are you locked? Now, let's talk about locked versus stuck. This came to me this morning. Harmony, are you ready for this? Family, are you ready for this? Are y'all ready for this? Because I'm about to show you something. Family, by the way, I did get this beautiful passport holder from Amazon, and let me go on screen share right now. Let me go on screen share right now and share with you my Amazon page, because on my Amazon page, I do have a whole travel accessories thingy, and you'll see it right here, my new passport holder that I love, 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 love. So let me share with you. Hold on, I'm going to share it right now in the chat. Oh, okay, let's share it. Right here on my Amazon page, you can see that I have curated items for travel, and this includes this right here that I'm holding. So I will give you the link directly to it. You don't have to look all around. Then we're going to dive into our content for today. We ready? So let me give you that first. Okay, there you go. So now let's stop screen share. So, 2 passports. Why do I carry 2 passports? I carry 2 passports. Hold on. I carry 2 passports because in one passport is my current passport. The other passport is my previous passport, and it still has in it visas to countries that I'm able to go to. It has a visa to India in there. So rather than going back to the Indian consulate and getting that visa switched over to my new passport, you see how many stamps is all over this passport, right? I just carry both passports, okay? So that when I'm ready to hop over to India, no problem. Wherever I'm ready to hop to, no problem. In our community, we carry passports with us, like in your purse. Because, hey, if you're called by the infinite intelligence to go to Bali, Egypt, this afternoon, Paris, hop on. You have your passport at all times. No digging around for it. Keep it with you. Keep it with you. So I want to tell you a tale of 2 passports. And this morning, as I was meditating, I realized that I was stuck. And so I'm not stuck anymore, like you said. What I also did not realize is that there is a thing called lock. You might not be stuck, you may be locked. Now, here's the difference. Stuck is you feel yourself running in place and you're not getting anywhere. Stuck is you feel some kind of invisible barrier preventing your forward movement. Stuck is you're frustrated, you're pulling your hair out, you don't have momentum. Stuck is you feel like you've been in the same place for years and years and years, and what the hell is going on? Does everybody know what I'm talking about? Tell me in the chat. Do you know what I'm talking about with regard to stuck? You know what I'm talking about with regard to stuck? Harmony, have you ever been there? Stuck
Yeah,
moments?
absolutely.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Now let's talk about locked. Locked is not stuck. When you're locked, you're moving, you're in momentum, you're making things happen in certain parts of your life. Yet your next 5, 10 levels are locked. You know,
Wow.
is that a big difference?
That is a huge difference.
Okay, what did you hear? Tell me about it.
Okay, so locked is kind of like it's a ceiling that you probably created for yourself and you have the key. And some people may not even realize they're locked on level 9. It's kind of, some people know there's a level 10, but they don't understand why they can't get to level 10 when all they have to do is take the key and unlock the level. It's kind of like a video game, Mario Brothers or something.
And
Like I could never complete Mario Brothers. I always felt like I was locked on level 9.
that's exactly right. And you know the difference between stuck and locked? If you are a powerhouse visionary woman in leadership, like all of our people, right? Our women that come to our events, these are powerhouse women. These are women that are doing big things in the world. These are visionary women. And we have been too, of course, right? We have been too. It's mostly, I would say 90% women, yes? And men are not barred, men are welcome. When you look at these women, you look at myself, you look at you look at all of us. We're moving our lives out. It's clear we're not stuck. Yet, have we reached our full divine potential? You might
No.
be in, oh,
No, I guess I'm locked, y'all.
I realized it this morning in my meditation, like, oh, in that part of my life, I'm locked. I got to do an unlock.
Yes.
You got to unlock it. Okay, let's go further. Visionary, powerful women in leadership are not stuck. Most of the time, we're resourceful and we know how to move our lives, don't we? We've learned enough that, okay, I'm going to go make this money, or I'm going to go over here and do this business, or I'm going to get this client, or I'm going to build this thing. We're not stuck. We're moving. Sometimes we're in over activity, but that's another conversation for another day, right? Sometimes we can even get into over. So we're definitely not stuck. We have yet not unlocked maybe the next 10 levels.
And I feel like there's always another level for everybody. It just takes, like, you might be locked on that level for a specific time frame, whether it be a week, a month, a year, but there's always another level. I feel like until we ascend off this planet.
There's always higher levels. And okay, let's say that you're an incredible CEO of this incredible multi-billion-dollar company and you are rocking and rolling. Yet, that might not be your full potential. That might not be your soul's destiny on this planet. That might not be what you're called to do. You need an unlock. You're
That was
locked.
me. I was locked for 13 years. And it of course it looked great. It was great for what it was. It was just I was locked in a position that somebody else was waiting for. Somebody else couldn't wait to get there. Like once I unlocked it, it felt like, oh, look at all these other worlds that opened up. Like Thailand was a whole experience that was off the chart. Good old government job in a cubicle. I don't know. I felt like it was like this. I don't know. So sometimes we don't even know what that next level looks like. Sometimes we don't even know what that next level holds. Like you couldn't have told me back in 2017 what was in front of me. Sometimes it's just the willingness to go to the next level, not even knowing what it looks like.
Okay. So now look at our peeps in the chat. Yay! Look at Tarika. I want to see you. I want to see you.
I
Okay.
want to see you too.
Cheryl says locked is movement, but limited movement. Yes. And you know what also locked is versus stuck? Stuck is you're not powering forward. You're not in momentum. Stuck is a function of moving forward. All of these women are moving forward. Locked is a function of levels. And everyone knows that they need to unlock more levels in your life, because if you're living on level, most women I know, they live on great levels, because here's a very powerful fact that I have found about the women that I serve. They're spectacular, and they're spectacular to their circle because their circle looks at them like, wow, right? Right? Yet there are circles that you could go in where what you're doing looks like kindergarten. So if I have a woman and she's a multimillionaire, and she's like, everyone in her family is like, wow, she's a star, she's amazing. And then you put that same woman in a circle with billionaires. What she's doing, she's now at the lowest rung, maybe not even on the rung at all, with regard to billionaires.
Yes.
That's a lot. And you got to
Yes.
unlock each level, just like you have to unlock levels in the game. Now, you might not be
Mhm.
stuck in the game. You may be moving fast. And you're making things happen, and you've got success. You've got success on level 1, not level 2 or level 101. Does everybody understand what I'm talking about?
Mhm.
Isn't that deep, Cheryl? That's exactly what happened for me this morning as I was meditating. I said, oh, I wasn't stuck, I was locked. Unlock yourself. Okay, so let's go to these 2 passports. So, what happened with these 2 passports? I've told this story before, and I'll probably link it below this vid. These 2 passports are 2 different people. This is the story of being locked. I'm going to show you exactly what happened with these 2 passports. This is my first passport. I got this passport in what, 2000, and I'll tell you the exact date when I got this passport. I got this passport January 29th of 2008. Hold that in mind. January 29th of 2008. That was my first passport. Okay? This one that's expired. It's no good anymore as of 2024. From 2008, do you know when was the next time I used this passport, Harmony? This is my first passport in 2008. Do you know when the next time was that I used this passport?
I
From
know it
2000
was years.
to 2015 when I went to Bali, 7 freaking years.
Wow.
Yes, some of that is stuck and some of that was locked. This passport got 20, 30 countries in it. And it's not even halfway done. It might be, or it might be just over halfway done, 6 years. This passport, do you understand? You can look at your life and you can look at the empirical evidence and find where you are locked or where you are stuck. I was stuck and locked. Not only was I stuck with not being, and what got me unstuck to even get the passport in the first place? Coaching with my spiritual mother, Reverend Dr. Yala Van Sant. Coaching, powerful coaching, and the accountability. People who tell me that they can't afford coaches, well, I just say, well, I guess you can't afford an amazing life. Because the breakthroughs that I got were facilitated by master coaches. So, not all of them, big ones were, because obviously I was in over my head. I figured this way: if Michael Jordan needed a coach, I think it's good for me to have one, right? So I keep really good coaches. So can you see this passport, this first passport that I received, that I got, 2008, didn't go anywhere again until 2015 when I went to Bali for the first time, almost 10 years ago. I love these numbers playing out. 9 years ago was my first trip to Bali. Been there since then. 9 years ago was my first trip to Bali on a one-way ticket with myself. Like, I'm out, y'all. I'm out. Went to Bali
Oh.
in 2015. I was like, hey, I have a passport. It was locked somewhere in storage or something. I mean, somewhere in a box, of valuables. You know how you keep your passport with like maybe cash and diamonds or something locked away somewhere, instead of in your purse as a working document that you travel the world with, right? 2015, I go to Bali. Here's where I get the unlock. Didn't know I was locked. I was no longer stuck, because before the conversation that got me to get the passport in the first place, right? I was stuck. Powerful coaching with Reverend Dr. Iyanla Van, and I got myself to Kenya because she asked me, "What's the vision?" And I said, "Africa." I saw Africa. And she said, "Oh, well, we can make that happen because Pastor Nolan Henson goes to Africa every year. Will you go?" And I was like, "Yes." Like everything in me lit up, like, yes. Now, mind you, that was December of 2007. I didn't know where the money was going to come from. I didn't have extra money just hanging around to be going to hopping over to Kenya. Well, actually, I didn't even know it was Kenya. All I knew was that it was Africa, somewhere in Africa. I didn't have anybody to watch Veronica, who is at that time, she's 23 now. I don't know, she was like 8 or 9. I didn't have anybody. I didn't know who I was going with. I didn't know any of that. And I said, yes, because that yes is what gets you there. Can you say something about people whose are yes, and they get on all these soul excursions with us to Egypt, to Greece, to Italy, to Dubai, to Thailand, and some go multiple times, versus people
Yes.
that have a yes.
Yeah. Like if you say, "Oh, I want to do that," but it's like a non-committal type thing, and you know if you're non-committal in your life, some people think they're only non-committal to relationships and jobs and outside things. Some people are non-committal to their self. So you know if your yes is kind of like a wishy-washy yes, it has to be like we say in this community, if it's not a hell yes, it's a no. So it has to be that yes, like that hell yeah. I know I'm gonna be in Bali. I know I'm gonna be in Thailand, wherever that place is. I will never forget when Rev went to Bali. I feel like I got unstuck with her going to Bali because at the time, when you said it was 2015, I'm like, wow, it's like that was my wow. It's been like almost 10 years since that happened, and at that point, I was still working my government job. I did not have a yes in my spirit. I promise you, I didn't. Everything was it was a yeah, maybe type of spirit. And when Rev said she was going to move to Bali with a suitcase, and I had asked her all the questions like, well, where are you gonna stay? She's like, I don't know. I'll figure it out when I get there. I'm like, what? I'm like, well, do you speak the language? No. Do you know anybody there? No. Like every question I asked her, she was like, the universe will work it out. And I'm thinking at this point, this lady is crazy. Like, who would do that? Who would leave everything and everybody behind in the country that you know and you're used to and be like, the spirit told me to move to Bali, Indonesia. I had to look to see where that even was on the map. However, when that occurred, so not just myself, so many people in our community, they also got unstuck. It started something. It started something within me, because if that was 2015, it maybe took like a year and a half, but by 2017, I was out of there. So I was still stuck. I was locked in that level for at least 2 more years. I was doing a lot of things. I was still moving. I was moving with the community. I was doing things locally. I was traveling with the community in the US. However, every time they went someplace fabulous, it was something that I saw. And I think this might be what a lot of people in our community may be doing. They see us doing it, like I saw Rev and everyone else doing it. They say, oh my God, that looks so beautiful. I would love to do that. However, you may not feel worthy of it. You may not feel like you're good enough to go. I know I had all of that in me. So I'm like, oh, that's beautiful for them, not for me. and so it was that type of thinking that took my yes to a maybe next time. So many people in our community say, oh, next time y'all go, let me know. No, go this time. If it's a yes for you, now is the time.
I don't know if I'm gonna be here next year.
Exactly.
Does anybody? Does
Exactly.
anybody? We taking that for granted. I don't know if I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna do it
now.
Today. Yeah. What we waiting for? What are we waiting for?
Yes.
Okay. So you were stuck Then when I got to Bali 2015, yeah, 9 years. This year makes 9 years. So you were stuck. When I went to Bali, you got unstuck. So you had forward movement and started
Yes.
to get momentum, yet still locked into certain levels because of consciousness, life experience, because our life setup around us is not conducive to travel. My life
Yes.
setup was not conducive to travel. I had a
No.
house, I had this, and I had this, and I had the kids, and I had da da
I had a
da
house, I
da.
had a husband, I had dogs, bills, everything in front of you that makes it look like you can't.
You got to mow the lawn. Who's going to mow the lawn? Wow, that's an interesting question to ask when you're being presented with the opportunity to go on an epic adventure to the other side of the planet, like Manila in the Philippines or Vietnam or China. Who's going to mow the lawn? Interesting. It's an interesting question, right? Yet, let me tell you, in my book, Spiritual Badassery, I talk about this. So if you are stuck or if you are locked, get my book, Spiritual Badassery, because in there I talk about the committees. Okay, so as soon as you say, yes, I'm going to go, as soon as I said, yes, I'm going to Kenya, didn't have a passport, didn't have any of that. When I said, yes, I'm going to Kenya, here comes the committee, the facilities committee. Well, who's going to do this? And who's going to, logistics? Who's going to take care of the kids? And how are you going to do that? You don't have a passport. And what part of Africa are we going to? And oh my goodness, the safety board. Oh my goodness, doesn't Africa have lions? Oh, no, it's not safe. It's not safe. It's not safe to travel the world. Have you ever heard that? It's not safe to travel the world. Have you
Oh
ever heard
yes. Every place I ever say I'm going, somebody that I mirrors back to me what is unsafe about that place. I don't care where it is, but it's all my consciousness. I really want to go to Australia. My uncle, who's also scared of spiders, he said, "Oh, they got flying spiders over there. They'll chase you down." Killer spiders in Australia, and I'm like, "Oh, that's off my list." Don't want to go with this killer spider.
Yeah, because of arachnophobia. Right? Just look at the mind. Just look at the mind.
Yes. But that
Right?
was my mind doing that to me. It had nothing to do with my uncle. It was my mind doing it to me to talk
Mm.
myself out of something that I know is so far up there on my bliss list and my dreams of things to do.
Oh my God, Australia, absolutely. Maybe you can hop over there before going to Bali because Australia and Bali are close proximity to each other, you know? Yeah,
Okay.
they're close. Yeah. Bali is to Australia like the Caribbean is to the United States. Like a lot of
Mm.
people from the United States hop to the Caribbean for vacation, and a lot of people in Australia hop to Bali for vacation. So, anyway, here I am, not knowing I was stuck, got unstuck, not knowing I was locked because now, see, I'm unstuck because I'm going to Kenya. You can't go to Kenya if you're stuck, right? I'm moving, I'm getting the passport. You can't get the passport and make all the moves that I made and be in from the time we had that conversation in December to the time that I was in Kenya with a group of people was less than 2 months. Less than 60 days later, I was in Kenya. No passport, no money. Who's gonna watch the kids? Big house. Somebody got to mow the lawn. Well, it's January. Nobody has to mow the lawn in January. What's gonna happen with this one? Who's gonna fry the chicken? Who's gonna clean the toilet? These considerations that come up when presented with the opportunity to do something absolutely epic, right? And I knew in here I wanted it. I'd never been to the motherland before, so I knew I had to get to the motherland. Okay, so I'm no longer stuck. I'm making moves. I'm moving with getting this passport, getting everything in order to go to Kenya. Yet I was still locked because after I got back from Kenya, I didn't go anywhere. I didn't unlock the other levels until I went to Bali 7 years later on this same passport. So you're talking about February of 2008 to August of 2015. No countries. Have you ever seen Reverend Valley
That's
Club?
astounding. Well, you've definitely made up for lost time. I can say that.
This one got like 20, 30 countries in it easily. Now
Yeah.
I can hop to 4 or 5 countries in a matter. I went to Egypt, and then from Egypt, I was like, oh, where do I want to go? I want to hop over to Istanbul for a few days. I'm going to hop over to Spain, Barcelona, Spain for a few days. Now I can hop from country to country to country like that, not stuck and not locked, and help other people to jump from country to country to country. Okay, let's talk
Yeah.
about the big elephant in the room. What about people who say, my money funny, or, the money experience? We don't, people who say yes don't have that experience. People who are
Mhm.
super successful and know what they want don't have that experience. Yet there are certain people that still have that money conversation when it's time to book. I don't have none of that money conversation going on no more when I go any place. I did have the money conversation when I was going abroad the first time to Kenya. I was like, I ain't got money to be going to Kenya. And you know what was very fascinating about it? I didn't even know how much it was. So how did I know I didn't have the money for it? Don't tell me. How do you know you don't have the money for it? You don't even know how much it is. But right away, my mind told me, oh, you can't go over there.
Wow.
The mind is a liar. It must produce the resources for whatever you say yes to. It must. It's a law. What have you seen, Harmony, and yourself and in our attendees to all these different magnificent retreats all around the world? And while you talk about that, I'm gonna bring up some pictures.
Well, I just am talking from personal experience. I'll never forget. It was mid-December 2019, and Rev called like, "Hey, so you want to go to Dubai?" And I'm like, "No." Like it was like right after Christmas. It was right after Christmas. Like the way my bank account is set up, Dubai is not in my life. Dubai was like within that idea. And I'm like, what? Like, no. And she's like, but do you want to go? Well, of course I want to go. She was like, well, then, basically, once you give the universe that yes, everything will fall into place. And I can honestly say that I just went along with it, like, well, if Rev say so. And everything fell into place within a month.
Were
I was
you
in
not in Dubai a month later, living your life
I
like
was
it's
in
never
Dubai. I was in Dubai. I was in London. I did a stopover in London. I did a stopover in Budapest, which is someplace I wanted to go all of my life since I was a little girl. I did a stopover in Copenhagen. So it was not only Dubai, it was all these other countries. So for me, that was huge because within 30 days, it happened. And from that point forward, I knew that hopping across the globe to go to someplace like Dubai, Thailand, Paris, France, all of that was the same thing as going to Walmart.
baby. It's the same thing as going to the corner store. But people think that going to, we love Dubai. We just so love Dubai.
Yeah. We've
People
been to
think that
Dubai three
going to
times.
3 times. I'm about to go again next year for my 20-year anniversary of teaching humanity and being an author and a speaker. I love this. I love this because look at you, Harmony, looking fabulous with your whole Dubai vibe. And you know what I love about Dubai? I love when we go on the yachts in Dubai. I just love the yachts in Dubai. I love the butterfly garden. I don't think there's much in Dubai that I don't love. Is there?
Yeah, no, there's not much to not love.
Not much not
Maybe
to
the
love.
heat don't go after May, but we usually go earlier in the year, so it's not even that hot.
Child, don't go in the heat. Don't go in the heat. This is some of our picks from our What is Beauty events. I absolutely love that. I want to find also our these are some of our, this is Peru right here. This is Sedona right here. Where's Greece and Italy? Let me find Italy. Here's Egypt. Egypt was absolutely spectacular.
They
Oh
did a
my God.
balloon ride without me. I had FOMO.
All good, because there we are inside the Great Pyramid of Giza, climbed all the way up into that
Wow.
pyramid. Yeah, climbed all the way up into the Pyramid of Giza. And there we are outside the Great Pyramid of Giza. And I got to show you this is our fine dining that we love at one of our luxury accommodations because we love fine dining. There goes one of my tarot decks right there, I think. Look at those drinks. The mint lemonade, we were hooked, carrot juice, all that kind of stuff that people in these kinds of places drink like all the time. Like it's just part of life in what they do there. Am I stuck? Speaking of stuck?
You're not stuck in this moment. No, you are moving forward.
Okay, that's right. We're moving forward. Here's our hot air balloon. Absolutely spectacular going up in the hot air balloon. And I had never been in a hot air balloon before. All these different places that we went, I have never gotten in a hot air balloon. And there you see us in the hot air balloon. Had never gotten in one before. So even though I take people all over the world, you, I, our community, our team, we take people all over the world to have these phenomenal. Look at Coach Cheryl, look at Courtney. We are lifting,
Beautiful
absolutely
picture.
lifting up off the ground in a hot air balloon over Luxor, Egypt by the
Now I
Nile
bet
River.
that unlocks some levels of consciousness.
Baby, you're going up. Look at us.
All the way up.
Baby. I
Yes.
mean, what you gonna say to that? What you gonna say to that? Oh, let's look at Greece. Was Greece amazing? What did you love about Greece? There you are in Greece, getting your life. What did you? I know you didn't love all of Greece. Yeah, what part did you love?
Did you see my face? I'm like, scroll past Athens. I love,
We got some powerful lessons in Greece, didn't we?
we did get powerful lessons in Greece.
Yeah.
I loved the Greek islands. Most people don't know there's like 3,000 Greek islands. So everybody just knows about Mykonos and Santorini. There's so much more to Greece than Mykonos and Santorini. So we did a lot of island hopping, which was incredible. Greece was absolutely beautiful. It really, truly was.
How about the big ships that they say are crew? They say
Ferries.
they're ferries. They're ferries. That's what they
So
say.
yeah, it was more like a cruise ship. You can even get a room with a bed, like to go from island to island. So they call it a ferry, but it definitely was more like a cruise ship. Semi trucks. Rev said, "Oh yeah, trailer can go in it," and I'm like, "Oh okay." Then I saw her video. I'm like, "Rev, we call those semis. That's an 18-wheeler. 18-wheelers piled up on this ferry. Like it is some serious stuff. Something that you've never seen before unless you've been to Greece."
Oh my goodness. I love our family. I love our
Yeah.
events. I love our community. I love what we do. This is at the Sacred Sexuality Retreat, getting rid of root chakra, working the root chakra, as you can see in red, getting rid of the stuff that no longer serves us, the stuff that no longer serves us, getting unstuck and unlocked, right? Both getting unstuck and unlocked. We got a ton of Peru pictures here too, but this is one of the oldest, one of the earliest retreats that I ever did. Can you believe it? I
Aw.
think this retreat goes all the way back to something like 2006, 2007, somewhere
Oh
around there. I'm
wow.
sure Maryland. Yeah. So we show those pictures, families, so that you can get a better understanding of what we do, where we go, how we roll. So that when you say yes, we got the big announcement coming up that we got $2,000 off the 10-day Bali retreat, 1,000 off the 5-day, and 1,500 off in Thailand. So let's get to our big announcement. Yes, 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 yes.
Yes.
What else do you want to share based on what you've seen that folks would want to know to make a decision to say, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do
Well,
that.
your life will be changed. Like it's funny, the transformation just popped up on the screen. Your life will not look the same. Whatever excursion you say yes to, just know that the person that got on that plane is not going to be the same person that comes back home. Your life will be changed for the better. Every time I come back from any of our excursions, my life goes up. Like that an excursion is a key to unlock. It truly is, because when we say we're not, like, we don't just travel to have fun, we have lots of fun in between our traveling. It's more about the soul, and it's like nourishing of the soul. It's a safe place where you can go to get fed on so many different levels. So yes, we travel the world. Yes, we do fun things. We go on excursions. We go on to see the great Buddha. We go on safaris in the desert. We go to the Colosseum. We do all of these things in all of these countries. That's beautiful, but all of that comes after we do the work. Like, we put in work so that we can keep up leveling our lives. We put in work so that we can keep unlocking levels, because without the work, you will be stuck. You will be locked on level 10 when there's thousands of levels above you. So wherever you are, trust me, you have not arrived. There's still some work to do.
Oh my goodness. And what would happen if you unlocked your next 10 levels? What would your life look like?
Yes, that with these excursions, it might take you forever to unlock the next level on your own. When you go on a solo excursion, you don't even know how many levels you unlock. It's just like boop 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 boop. It's like an elevator that skips all the other floors, and next thing you know, you're at the level with the penthouse suites. Like, that's how it feels to me. And so much work can be done. It doesn't have to take time. A lot of people think it has to take a long amount off of just hearing one thing. After just shedding one tear, that might have been the tear you needed to shed for years. So I can't tell you exactly what the thing will be that will change your life. All I can say is your life will be changed. So when we're talking about Bali, if you've always wanted to go to Bali, don't just say maybe next time, maybe next year, maybe this, maybe that. If you know it's a yes for you, say yes. This is your sign. This is your opportunity right here before you.
And now, because I don't know when we're going back to Bali. I don't know.
Yeah.
I know we're going now.
There are 196 countries that I'm trying to get to. We're not about to keep going back to the same
countries to cover. What are we talking about?
Yes.
Okay. And so that's some of the things that you're going to experience. This is really your Ascension community for life. So when you have that unstuck, most people here are not stuck. They're moving. They're doing amazing things in their lives. When you unlock your next 10 levels in wealth, in business partnerships, in who you know, in who you're connected with, in what you're producing in the world, wow, that's what we have on offer there. So what are we going to be doing in Bali and Thailand? Here's what we're going to be doing in Bali and Thailand. And then we're going to show you how you can get the savings event. The savings event. I love it. I love it. I love that you're going to join us. Kashari. Am I saying that right? Okay, so what are we going to be doing in Bali? Here's what we're going to be doing in Bali, and I'm going to give you the details. Actually, we probably should just go on screen share so you can see what we're going to be doing in Bali, right? I should just do that. That would be easier. It would be better for me to show you. So you're going to go to ValerieLove.com/global events. Now, when you look at it, Harmony, let me know that when you look at it I'm going to put this link in the chat. Go to this link right now. Go to this link right now. And here's why, because this is timed, family. This is timed. And because powerful people take action in the moment. Money loves speed. The universe loves speed. So let me show you what's going to happen. When you go there, you are going to see that there is a email. And drop your first name and your email address in there. You're not registering for anything yet. There's no money to do this. You simply say you want to know more and you want access to this exclusive savings event that is happening only from June 1st to June 14th of 2024. So you're going to pop your name and email address in there, and it is going to instantly take you to this page. Now, on this page, there's a picture of us in Dubai. Wasn't that a fun day in the desert at the desert safari in Dubai, dune bashing?
That was an amazing day. That was probably one of my favorite days of all the trips we've ever done. That one's at the top of the list. That was super fun. And it was unexpected fun. Like, I knew what we were going to do, but when somebody, we're going dune bashing, I'm like, oh, okay, dune bashing. But you don't know what dune bashing is until you're dune bashing. You don't know.
did not know what dune bashing is until they put us in them four-wheelers and we were dune bashing. I thought I was on a roller coaster. I
That's
could
what it
not
felt like.
believe it. Did you expect dune bashing to be like that?
No, I didn't know what to expect. That, but that's what I can see. That's what I can say about everything we do. Go in with an open mind and just trust that you're gonna have the time of your life. Like if you go in with all, like, what do you call them, the yabbits, you might not get the experience that you really truly could have. Um, did you see the comment from Superfood Parents? That was a good comment. The way most of our bank accounts are set up, we give it more attention than the permission of the universe. I love that comment.
Ooh, love that. The way most of our bank accounts are set up, we give it more attention than the permission of the universe. Amen. That's a tweetable. That's a tweetable.
Yes, that's a tweetable moment.
That is a tweetable superfood parents. Because why do we believe the bank account more than we believe the divine? Why? Isn't the divine infinite? Isn't the divine continuous? Isn't it a continuous outpouring of good? Isn't it an
Yes.
abundance? Isn't it
Yes.
all good all the time? Isn't it
Mm-hmm.
limitless? It's limitless, isn't it?
It's limitless. It's even like if you watch nature, if you watch the birds, if you watch the squirrels, if you watch the deer, the rabbit, whatever wildlife you have in your area, those birds are not standing in the food bank line nowhere. They are just knowing that the worms are going to be there. The squirrels know that the nuts are going, like, they're not concerned. They're not worried. They know that it's infinite abundance in whatever they need or desire. So a lot of times if I find myself worried about something, I just look out the window and watch for just 5 minutes or so. I'm like, what am I worried for? Okay.
Okay. Okay. Now, we want to make it very clear that if you were at one of our events, before we go into these three and tell you how to get access to everything, we're going to give you access to everything. Okay. Before we give you access to everything, let's tell you how these exclusive savings, how this exclusive savings event works. This exclusive savings event, as we said, is timed. It only is valid from June 1st to June 14th. Now there are payment plans available. So if a payment plan works better for you, you'll see the payment plans on the page. You'll see the airport you need to fly to. You will see everything on the page. I'm going to show it to you in a moment. Plus, we always have what's called Know Before You Go Zooms with our attendees. Plus, we always have the WhatsApp chat. You want to tell people about our exclusive chats only for communication channel, only for people that are going to that specific event.
Yes. So once you register for the event, you'll be added to a WhatsApp chat where we keep you updated with everything. So especially when we're out of the country, don't rely on your phone service. Download the WhatsApp, download that before you go. We'll give you all the information in the WhatsApp. And then that's also a way that we communicate with each other when we're out of the country. So every single trip that we have has a dedicated WhatsApp for the people that have registered for that particular retreat.
Love it. So this just gives you a feel for Bali and for the accommodations in Bali, the food in Bali. Oh my goodness, the breakfast included. Now, if you want to order one of those floating breakfasts that come to you on the water, I'm definitely going to order that this time. I haven't ordered that the other times I was in Bali because the breakfast is just always so good. I am definitely ordering that floating breakfast while I'm there. And I'm going to be in the pool and I'm going to have the floating breakfast in the pool. And everyone on Instagram is going to drool. They're just going to drool. That's what they're going to do.
What about the flower bath, baby?
Baby. Okay, let's talk about it. The flower bath
Woo!
in Bali that range from either, you can get that on your own. It ranges from either like 20, 25, $30 up to about 100 and some odd dollars. How much would that cost in the United States? Probably $300, $400, not 20,
Yeah,
30,
several
$40.
hundred.
Yeah, at
Yeah.
least spa, right? Also, when you look at the photos, flip through and look at some of the destinations that we've been blessed to travel to all over the world. This gives you a peek inside of Bali, and this gives you some of our incredible events that I just absolutely love. Every time I just walk through the events, some of the events that we've been to, I feel so much gratitude, gratitude. I'm so thankful that we get to do this, that we get to
Yes.
go all around the world with amazing people. Remember that day on the yacht in
I
Dubai?
do.
Remember that day in Dubai?
Another one of my all-time favorite days.
I remember Peru. Well, you weren't with us in Peru for
No, I
ayahuasca.
don't remember Peru.
No, don't remember Peru. This is the mystery school. We are in New Orleans there. We just had so many destinations, so many amazing things that we've done. So here's what's going to happen. You must go to the link that is in the chat, and you are going to see this little name and email. Pop your name and email address in there so that it can take you to the page where you can register for $2,000 off for the 10-day and 10-night in Bali. You can unlock your next 10 levels, 5 days and 5 nights in Bali if you're going to just Ubud or just Sonor Beach. That one previously was 5,500. The normal registration is 5,500. I want to show you something. If you go to my website, you go to valerielove.com and you scroll down and you go to Bali and you click on Bali, this is what you are going to see. You're going to see the regular pricing. You're going to see $10,000. You see? Yet, because that's the regular pricing. If you go to the same page, this is going to disappear after the 14th. So you have only until the 14th to take advantage of this. You pop your name and email address in here, and it's going to take you to this page. This page is going to give you a whole different experience because when you go there, you see Bali has the $2,000 off. So the regular price of Bali is 10 grand. Right now, between June 1st and June 14th, you want to get to this link. The only way you're going to get to this link is to go to the website, valerielove.com/global-events, pop in your name and email address, and it's going to take you to the page that is the special, this is an exclusive access to these retreats, a savings event that is only happening for 14 days, starting today. Starting today, make up your mind what you are going to do because we are going to be on planes very soon. So if you want the 10-day, you're going to go there. If you want one of the 5 days, you're going to go there. And if you want Thailand, we didn't talk a lot about Thailand yet. If you want Thailand, you're going to go there. It tells you the usual price, then it tells you the pricing for right now. Now, how do you actually register once you get there? Let's say that you want to go to this 10-day and we tell you all about what we're going to be doing at this 10-day, what's included, all of that was not included. And then when you book, all you're going to do is submit a deposit and it shows you there. Oh, I got a bunch of people in. I got 4 people in. Okay, let me do that to one person. Pardon me. Okay, I'm going to get that corrected. But if you were booking a trip for 4 people, that's what it would look like. And then it shows you here that it's only going to be a $500 deposit. Okay, it's going to be a $500 deposit. And then you have a payment plan. If you require it, there's a lot of people that don't require payment plans. They just go on and they just pay for what they're going to pay for. So let me get that corrected. Harmony, I'm going to turn it over to you for a minute while I get that little thing corrected in the booking link that has the 4 instead of 1. Let me handle that right now.
Yeah, so we've been talking about Bali for a couple of months now, and I just feel it in my spirit. I know Rev said the same thing. Bali is going to be one of those events, kind of like last year when people said they wanted to go to Thailand and didn't go, but then they saw us on they saw us online in Thailand and are like, "Oh my God, when are you guys going again?" Now, so if you want to go to Bali and Thailand, that is actually a really good option as well, because when you look at the map, you see how close a lot of these places are, which is how I have been able to travel to so many different places. Because if I'm going to Italy, yeah, I'm going to France. You know what I mean? If I'm going to Dubai, I might as well go to Hong Kong. Like when things are so close together, that's when you get more bang for your buck. So when you're thinking about flights, just know that once you are in Asia, it's going to be much less expensive for you to be able to fly from Bali to Thailand. So just be aware of that when you're making your decision about what you want to do, and if you want to do both retreats, then set up your flights so that it's conducive to that. So you wouldn't be flying all the way back to the US. You would be flying from Bali to Thailand. So you would get a one way to Bali, a one way to Thailand, and then a one way from Thailand back home. So that is how a lot of the people in our community see so many countries, because we set it up like that on purpose. And I know a lot of people think they're too bougie for a long layover. Baby, those long layovers, we call them stopovers. So you can actually stop over in another country for like 24 hours. And what is the difference between that and going 4 hours, maybe 5, maybe 6? So think about that when you're doing your travels. Think about ways that you can see more places. So if you definitely want to come with us to Bali, think about when you're booking that flight, what else can you see before and after? Rev was just telling me that I can maybe do Australia before Bali since it's so very close. So just think about all of that when
I
you're
love
booking your
that. I
travel.
love that because that's how I get to go to a lot of countries at once. Either I put them at the front or I put them after the retreat, right? Now, do you want to talk a little bit about why it's important for people to leave in advance so that they can arrive in enough time to be fresh and ready for the retreat? Because global travel, you're going to the other side of the world to go to Bali or to Thailand. So, do you want to tell people how you navigate that? How do you navigate that?
Well, you definitely want to be sure that you're allowing enough time to get to the start of the retreat. And when we're talking about global travel, you you can try to find a flight that's the fastest way to get there. However, I would start your travel 2 to 3 days before the retreat is scheduled to start. Now, on your way home, if you want to get back home lickety split, that's one thing. However, when you're anything could happen. We don't want anything to happen, but you have to be prepared for that. Anything can happen. So you don't want to pay for a retreat, book the retreat, and try to get a flight going out for that retreat that particular same day. So if we know the retreat starts on August 7th, you don't want to be flying on August 6th. You want to already be on your way so that you allow yourself a buffer when you're going to the retreat. Like I said, going home, pick whatever flight you want, but when you're coming to the retreats, make sure that you are giving yourself enough time to get there comfortably so that you don't feel rushed, so that you don't feel anxiety. It's just better to at least try to be there the 5th.
Love that because when you go all across to the other side of the world, breathe, take a nap, cleanse, pause before moving into the retreat, right? That's why Bali, we arrive on 8/7 and check into our accommodations because on 8/8 is the Lionsgate ritual. So we check into this is all for your unlock your next 10 levels, your next 20 levels. So we check in early, right? So we start on the 7th and we're going to pick you up at the airport on the 7th. We're going to pick you up at the airport in Bali and we're going to pick you up regardless of what part of the retreat you choose, if you choose the whole 10-day or the first 5 days or the second 5 days. Whatever you choose in Bali, we're going to pick you up at the airport. We're going to take you back because we want you to not think about a lot of things as you are coming on this soul excursion, other than your intention to unlock your next 10, 20 levels as a powerhouse visionary woman leader. Anything you want to say, Harmony, about that?
No, no. And you got to also remember there's going to be a huge time difference too. So you just don't want to give your mind or the ego any reason to count yourself right on out. So definitely allow yourself that peace, that space, that harmony, that tranquility that you want to go into a retreat. Just keep all of that in mind so you have the best experience possible.
Love that. Love that. And the last thing I want to say is if you were at one of our events, like you were all of our events, we always offer some kind of special pricing at the event. So there's only one special pricing per event, right? So if you already got special pricing, then that's your package because your special pricing is probably better or just as good as this one if you were with us, for instance, in Egypt. And also, you know that if you were at the Christian Witches Convention, you also got a special deal that you could do any deposit. You didn't have to do a $500 deposit or more. You could do, it was deposit flexibility for the retreats that you're looking for. So now this is a full on savings event, just like Sephora has a savings event once a year. And Sephora says, we don't have customers, we have clients. And we don't have a sale, we have a savings event. And that's how Soul Excursions is. We don't have sales, we don't have discount codes. We do have an exclusive savings event, all access to our incredible retreats in Bali and Thailand for a limited time only, 14 days only, for you to be able to get this access to this incredible, incredible savings event. Now, family, even if you don't know yet if you're going, it doesn't matter. I want you to go to this link right now and I want you to just get access to it. That's all. You don't have to know if you're going, you don't have to know what you're, just take the first step. I am a coach and I am all about helping people become unstuck, which we already talked about. We're not stuck, and to unlock their next 10, 20 levels. So, how do we unlock? We take the action in the moment required to have the unlock. So, there's the link. That's your first step. You just go to that link, put your name and email address in, and it'll take you to the page where you can get access to this incredible savings event. On June 14th at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time, it will disappear. Like your very godmother, you'll turn back into a pumpkin, Cinderella.
Pumpkin.
And it's not going to be any, oh, Reverend Val, I was almost there. Can I still get it? Beloved,
Mm-mm.
we're telling you on June 1st, and you got until June 14th to make something, maybe make it happen. And I promise you, if you want to go to Bali, you will be in Bali because people
Yes,
that
you
have
will be.
money, a lot of times they don't have time, right? So you will make it happen because sometimes we have money. Money is not the issue, it's the time, right? So give this time to yourself for your own unlock. I love you, Harmony. You ready for Bali? Did you start packing yet?
I
Did
am
you,
I'm
you know,
over ready for Bali. I started picking out pretty dresses and
ruling for Bali?
yes. I'm just looking at other people's like pictures and imagining myself right in the spot. Imagining the pretty flowing dress and how I'm gonna wear my hair. You have that's part of manifestation. Visualizing yourself already there and being and feeling how it would feel to be in that moment. So start doing that type of work for Bali. Start imagining yourself on the swing with the flowing dress. Start imagining yourself in the pool with your float up breakfast. Start imagining yourself in the pool, in the tub with the flowers. Start imagining yourself on the beach with the elephants. Start imagining all of that and how good it would feel and watch the manifestation start to work.
And you know what I think maybe we can do? I think maybe what we can do is show a couple of pictures of Thailand before we end because
Yeah.
Thailand is so over the top fun. They don't have any sort of judgments around sexuality. There's
Or
weed
anything.
everywhere. People that love weed. There's weed everywhere. So if that's your jam, it's not my jam yet. It is
Not
some
my
people.
jam. However, it was nice that it was like everybody there was so nice and free because they didn't have all of those things that like Americans have. And you could tell the difference in the energy of the whole place. You can just tell the difference. The whole country, it just was a different energy of happiness and freedom.
And not to mention that if you get out of line, they cane you. And one cane, I think, can put you in the hospital. It's pretty bad. So they don't have jails. They ain't gonna lock you up forever and feed you and give you a bed. They're like, no, we're gonna give you some discipline. You're never gonna do that thing again. Ain't nobody stealing nothing in Thailand, okay? No one is stealing
Period.
anything. Everyone chill. And you know what I love about Thailand? You can get a lady, or you can get a boy, or you can get a lady boy. It's whatever you want. It's whatever you can get. You can have whatever you like. Thailand,
All your heart's
abs.
desires.
Oh my God, Thailand, absolutely epic. So between Bali and Thailand, if you go to both, come to both. And if you have any questions, once you are, once you've gone to that link and popped over, you can download a brochure. Isn't that beautiful? You can download a brochure
Yes.
Bali
The
or Thailand.
brochures are so lovely.
The brochure is beautiful, free of charge. It's not no charge for the brochure. And you can share it with your boo, your lovers, your family, your friends, your prayer partners, whomever, and say, "Hey, I'm going to make this move, and this is the support that I would love from you all." And let them support you. And I'll watch the kids. I'll do this. I got some frequent flyer miles. I'll give them to you. Whatever the case may be, and watch it come together like magic. Watch it come together. All right, Harmony, it's a wrap. Love you.
Love you. See y'all in
And
Bali.
Bali and Thailand. Yay!